put her to sleep. I felt her body. I felt her body go limp. She wasn't moving, she wasn't breathing. Nothing.
At police headquarters, a 25-year-old Joseph Porter was brought for questioning because he's accused of second-degree murder for allegedly choking his girlfriend to death at her Edina home before putting her body in a suitcase and burning her remains in a shipping container in New Orleans. This is 27-year-old Christina Prodan. She was found dead in a shipping container in New Orleans. Authorities responded to a fire in a shipping container in a junkyard and found a badly burned body inside. An autopsy and DNA results confirmed the body was Prodan. On January 5, 2018, Christina's mother called 911 to report her missing. But investigators brought her in for an interview to learn more about Christina.
Let's start in the beginning. When did Joseph Porter come to live with her in Minnesota?
1st of October
And how did your daughter meet him?
on Facebook,
He's from Arkansas, correct? So how often? Did you talk to her?
like 2-3 times a week.
When was the last time you talked to Christine?
Wednesday, when she left me a message at 8:54 on the phone,
And what did it say?
she told me she want to go in Arkansas, but I will go with him.
Since the police didn't have enough information to find the evidence, they searched Christina's home and found a Walmart receipt. The receipt was from January 2nd, 2018, the same day Christina last spoke to her mom. So the investigators reviewed the Walmart CCTV footage and saw Christina entering Walmart with another guy. The guy was later identified as Joseph. When they checked the other CCTV cameras, they didn't see anything suspicious, just a couple doing normal grocery shopping. They also reviewed the outside CCTV, but the result was the same, nothing suspicious. So investigators returned to Christina's condo to search for more clues. This time, they found her identification card, TCF debit card, and state benefit card. These were all red flags because people usually take these essentials with them when they travel. This means Christina is still in Edina, Minnesota, whether she is alive or dead, 16 hours after her last communication with her mom. Joseph was involved in a traffic stop in Greene County, Missouri on January 4th at around 8:30 p.m. At that time, he was 600 miles away from Edina, Minnesota, when the Missouri Highway Patrol pulled him over. Because his car's registration was no longer valid, the trooper brought him in for an interview in his car during the traffic stop.
You ever been arrested for anything?
Yes, sir.
Hopefully.
I was arrested when I was 18 for secondary battery use of a deadly weapon. And I got arrested when I was 20 with another individual for possession of a stolen vehicle.
Have a safe night, all right?
You too.
Joseph was relaxed, and there were no red flags. 5 days after Christina's disappearance, investigators received a ping from her phone. This happens when the phone is turned on, it sends a notification to authorities. So the ping was detected at a Walmart in Cabot, Arkansas. When investigators reviewed the CCTV footage, they initially saw only Joseph. However, when they checked another camera to see what he was doing, they noticed something unusual. Joseph was with another man. When they checked the outside camera, they noticed that Joseph and the man were with a silver sedan. This car was not Joseph's black Honda Accord, which had been seen earlier in Arkansas. The reason they came to this Walmart was there is Eco ATM inside this Walmart, an automated pawn shop for electronic devices. Customers place their phone into the kiosk and receive money in return. However, before selling a phone, they must turn it on. That's how authorities received the ping from Christina's phone. The other man with Joseph was later identified as Richard Crawford. Investigators went to Richard Crawford's home to look for evidence. When they arrived, they saw the silver sedan parked outside. Inside the home, they found both Richard and Joseph and arrested them both. This image shows the moment Joseph was arrested. He had extensive burns on his face and burns all over his hands. Authorities did not find Christina in the home, but they discovered a jewelry box, a pickaxe, and multiple gas cans. The FBI then began interviewing Joseph Porter.
Tell me what happened to your hands. So I was out in the woods and Fell asleep next to my campfire. I don't know if I rolled into it, fell asleep, sitting next to it, and just...
He claimed that the burns on his body were the result of rolling into a campfire while he was sleeping next to it.
Where's Christina now? She's in Minnesota. I mean, we're just trying to find her. I understand that, and I told you the only two places I know where she's either at. Her mom's or her house, and she's not either one.
Agents interviewed Richard in the next room, and unlike Joseph, he told the truth about what Joseph had said to him.
What if I told you that you were going to be charged with an accessory for not disclosing information? That you sat here and that poor girl's dead, and her mom was missing her.
Look at that.
And you got something to do with it because he talked to you about it.
Wow.
What would you say to her mama if you could say, I knew something and I didn't help?
If I knew something I didn't help, I'd be feeling pretty bad. He told me that she was dead before she left. Please.
So he told you he killed her?
Yes.
He didn't tell you how?
He didn't tell me how he killed her, he told me that he burned her. And it was in a C-train or something.
In a what?
In a C-trans.
What's a C-train?
It's like a metal container.
Like one of them shipping containers? They fall on trains and cargo ships?
Yeah.
Where do you say he did that?
He said Louisiana.
Agents went back to Joseph and told him that Richard had told the truth. They wanted to see if Joseph would now give his own version of the truth.
He stood up like a man and he told the truth. Just like we want you to do. Now you're wasting everybody's time. I just told you everything, and you don't get that. But quit wasting my time and take me back to that holding cell.
Investigators now believed that Christina was dead, but they needed to find out where Joseph had hidden her body. The FBI informed detectives about a fire in New Orleans, which matched the information Richard had given them.
Storage contains.
The New Orleans police responded to a suspicious fire on January 6th at 9:30 p.m. inside a shipping container. Not far from the container, they found Joseph's black Honda Accord, which had been stripped of its license plates. Inside the car, investigators found two receipts, one from Home Depot and another from AutoZone. This is the surveillance footage from Home Depot showing Joseph purchasing a pickaxe and a shovel. The other footage is from an AutoZone in Baton Rouge, where Joseph is seen purchasing gas and filling a red gas can. In the back of the shipping container, New Orleans police discovered a burned body.
They really wanted it to burn.
It is burnt, man.
Can you tell us if it's male, female?
This is a small core, well, skeletal remains, so it's possibly female.
DNA testing confirmed that the burned body was Christina Porden. This time, realizing he had no way out, he finally told the truth.
So I emptied out the red suitcase. I emptied out a charcoal gray one. I put my sleeping bag in the gray one. I put her in the red suitcase. I took them both out to my car. Put them in the back seat. Started driving. And I talked to her like she was alive. Told her I was sorry. Please forgive me. Asked her if she would be alright being cremated. See somebody's face. So peaceful. Not life, not sleep. There was something so tranquil and peaceful about her face when I looked at her.
Joseph Porter admitted that he put Christina's body in a red suitcase and drove. He confessed to placing her body inside the shipping container, stacking old tires on top, and pouring several gallons of gasoline over it. In the process of setting the fire, he burned himself. After that, Joseph was charged with second-degree murder. Richard Crawford had no knowledge of the murder until Joseph told him. He was not involved and didn't know the phone was stolen. Because of this, Richard Crawford was not charged with any crime. Before we end the video, let me share a theory about how Joseph could have been caught during the traffic stop with the trooper. When you look at his car, you can see two pieces of luggage in the back seat. Since we know he put Christina in a suitcase, some believe she might have been in one of those suitcases at that moment. However, the trooper didn't realize it if Joseph was hidden something, and he didn't know he was a suspect.